Welcome to another episode of Sports and Discourse with your host, Derek Stevenson. And on today's episode, we're going to talk about Kentucky's second exhibition game against Minnesota State. Kentucky rolled once again. They ended up winning 98-67. But I will admit, I was a little nervous in the beginning of the game. In the early stages of the game, I felt like they were settling for a lot of threes. I think they started the game 2 for 13 from 3 and had me a little worried because when you're not making that 3 ball, it looks a little funny. It looks like they was just taking a lot of bad shots. But somebody had, mentioned to me that shooters shoot, and they were still playing confident. They were still, playing the same way they played in the first exhibition. They just had to calm down and settle in and wait for the shots to start falling, which it eventually did. But once again, I like that I seen 39 points off of the bench. I'm always encouraged by seeing guys coming into the game off the bench and being able to contribute and us not losing too much momentum. Some of the guys like Noah that didn't really get a chance until the end of the first game, he got some opportunities early in this game. But I liked it. We didn't have as many assists as the first game. That's probably because we shot a little bit worse. But we still ended up with 39 assists to 8 turnovers. So we did turn the ball over a few more times, but we still kept it under 10, which I was satisfied with that. Obviously, I like 53-5 a lot better. But we did end up with 35 fast break points, and we ended up hitting 14 layups. So the one thing that I did appreciate was, as much as they're going to continue to shoot the 3, you could tell that there were some guys that decided, our long range shots aren't falling. So I got to drive to the basket. Guys like Owe Otega, Otega Owe, my bad. Otega Owe, and guys like that, they started driving the ball to the basket, trying to just play physical, use their strength. So let's get into some of these highlights, and we can continue discussing it a little bit. Jaxson Robinson, though, I ain't gonna lie, Jaxson Robinson playing big time, and he's gonna shoot. That's one thing that we know. Jaxson Robinson is going to continue to shoot that 3, but he kind of looks the most comfortable to me at this point. Like I said, he played in Mark Pope's offense already, so he looks like he's really sure of himself. He ended up with 24 points, and he was 8 for 12 from 3. But as you can see right there, guys like Otega Owe just started going to the basket and making some plays using his strength. Otega just drags people to the basket with him. So like Mark Pope said, I think he said that he just puts his chest in guys and goes straight through them and gets to the basket. One of the guys that I'm waiting for is Andrew Carr to really have his moment. Like, he ended up with 14 tonight, but like, I feel like he's going to have a couple of games where he explodes. And I feel like he ain't quite got comfortable in the offense yet. And we haven't really got to see him completely utilize all of his strengths. But when he does, I think he's going to be an excellent player for us. It was good to have Kerr Kriisa back, let him get some run. Mark Pope was talking about just his confidence, and he said his pacing, he gets out and runs. But yeah, Jaxson Robinson, man, he has no fear. He's sure of himself. And he's just ready to get it done, man. He's going to let it fly. And we're going to need it. I had pretty much anticipated he was going to be our leading scorer. And he ain't let me down so far. One of the guys that I feel like he still ain't really found his way yet is Kobe Barea. Let me see what he did. He ended up with 7 points, but he ain't really shot the 3 yet. And he statistically was the best 3-point shooter in the nation last year. So I feel like he just hasn't figured out, how he fits into the scheme of things yet, and he probably just ain't got the right amount of touches and got a chance to get comfortable out there. But I feel like at some point when he gets comfortable in this system, I think we're going to get, solid shooting out of him, and I think he'll start to, shoot somewhere close to what he was doing. But as you can see right there, man, Jaxson Robinson just don't got no fear. He's gonna let it fly. Like I said, man, he just playing like a seasoned pro out there, man. And see, and Carr had some moments where I felt like he gave up a couple of easy baskets by just not being aggressive enough around the basket. So that last dunk, I really liked how he just decided like he gonna turn around, and instead of trying to lay it up, he's gonna just throw it down with some authority. Plays like that, that's what we're going to be looking for him to do, especially when we get into SEC play, because we just can't afford to miss some easy layups around the bucket because we not exploding out of there and attacking the rim. Yeah, Jaxson kind of, when things could have went left for us, got a little ugly, we could depend on Robinson and they just kind of kept us moving even when we were struggling a little bit, and continued to us to get some momentum. Garrison with the crazy dunk would have probably been a Sports Center top 10 if this was a regular season game. And Garrison is another one that I feel like he got to get comfortable out there, and he got to probably more minutes than he would normally get because Amari Williams, I think he like sprained his ankle or something, so he didn't play. Hopefully he's okay. I'm sure he probably is, but they just wasn't going to risk bringing him back in the exhibition game, which is, that's the right play. So, it gave Garrison a chance to get a little more run in, and let's see what he did. He ended up with 12 points, 4 rebounds. He played okay. He did all right. He was 6 for 9. You know what I'm saying? So that was some good production. But like I like that he's active. You know what I'm saying? And the guy that I felt like struggled a little bit more, even though technically, I mean, he was still 3 for 6, was Almanor. Because he played so well in the first game, I was kind of looking for him to be that spark off the bench, kind of like he did last game. In this game, he just gave us a nice little quiet 7. And, unfortunately, it's probably going to be like that because we just got so many guys that I feel like are going to touch the ball, going to get opportunities, and you never know whose night it could be. Like I said, tonight it was, Jaxson Robinson and they basically carried us. They was really getting busy, really, like I said, they was keeping the momentum. And when we started to play bad, then was the guys that just kept adding some points until we just creeped up and got the lead up. The good thing that I like about it so far is that even when I feel like we didn't really put together a solid game like we did the first game, we still ended up doing what we supposed to do. We got the big victory against lesser competition. So even though we struggled a little bit in the beginning, we still ended up clicking, and we made it happen. Like I said, we had 39 points off the bench. So guys is contributing all over the team. Everybody's getting the chance to chip in a little bit. We had 18 points off of turnovers, and we forced 17 turnovers. So that's one of the things that we're gonna have to key in on is, we may still have some nights where, we just shoot the ball bad. Like tonight we ended up shooting 53% from the field. We shot 35% from 3. So when we have some nights where it's not really like, on fire like that first game, we're going to have to rely on our defensive effort. We're going to have to get turnovers. We're going to have to get steals, blocks. And, one of the guys, like I said, Lamont Butler, that's one of the guys that I know, even if he's not contributing a whole lot on offense, he's going to give me solid defense. He's going to make some steals, get some deflections, some defensive rebounds at the guard spot, maybe even a block or two. So we just going to have to make sure that we have consistent, solid defensive effort so that even if we shooting bad, we can weather the storm, which is what we pretty much did. Because they, Minnesota State was looking a little, they was looking good in the very beginning, and then we popped off, I think, like an 18-0 run. So just like that, if we playing good defense and we start hitting some shots, we can stretch the lead out seemingly pretty easy. So of course it's not going to be that easy in SEC play, but like I said, the defense is going to keep us alive. We got to have everybody on the court defending. We got to be playing solid team defense, helping, getting defensive rebounds, blocking a few shots. Collectively as a team, we got to be a strong unit that doesn't break, may bend a little bit, but doesn't completely break, so that when we are having a stretch in the game where we're not shooting the ball well, we can continue to still stay in the game, or even maybe just add a little bit at a time, like Oway and Robinson was doing a lot tonight. So anyways, overall, man, like I said, I liked what I seen again. Even though I was a little worried at the beginning, I was getting a little nervous. I said, man, we playing like crap. And somebody said, man, you got to let them warm up. You got to relax. Got to give them a chance to get it together. And, they were right. As soon as Kentucky got loose, they started handling business and they started doing what they got to do. And then, once we get a couple guys playing good, and, it starts to, I feel like the rest of the team kind of feeds off of that. And the good thing, like I said, we got guys like Oway, Robinson, some guys that look like they got strong leadership abilities. Looks like they're going to be the guys that people can look to on this team, and Butler as well, to just stay steady, keep their composure and not let the moment overwhelm them, and just stay in the game. And I feel like we're going to have a good shot, man. Like I said, I'm loving it so far. I'm still driving the hype train. I know I have been hearing it. I know all y'all been hearing it. Everybody been talking about what some of the other teams out there been doing. Everybody's just playing exhibition games right now, so none of this really matters. We've had a lot of teams over the last couple of seasons that looks good in exhibition games, so none of this really matters, but I do like what I'm seeing. And I'm ready for this season to kick off, man. So anyways, we wrap it up right there. You guys let me know what you think in the comments. Do you still feel the same after this second exhibition? What did you think the keys to this game was? Just talk about it, man, and we'll get back at it next time. Sports and Discourse with Derek Stevenson.